I had a lot of questions, comments, and concerns about the first father of the bride when they're trying to plan a whole ass wedding. You would think I would have more questions about a mother and daughter being simultaneously pregnant at the same time, but I really don't. I think that's mostly because that's not totally off kilter nowadays. Not the whole being simultaneously pregnant with your kid thing, more of that you can still have babies in your late 40s. Seriously, people do it all the time. I mean, shit, people go on whole career changes in their 40s. They go back to school in their 40s. What's that? You should be retiring in your 50? Never heard of her. But as A Day to Remember says, that was then, this is now. Which means, and according to this, in the mid-90s, once you reached about 50, you may as well just put yourself in a home. Anyways, here's Father of the Bride Part 2. So what's this about? Well, obviously, it's the second part to being the father of the bride. But she's no longer a bride. Instead, now Annie is an expectant mother. And Steve Martin's all excited because his oldest is having a baby. His youngest son is like 5 years away from graduating. Him and his wife are going to be empty nesters. They're like, hey, let's sell the house, move to the beach. And so they sell the house to Eugene Levy, who I will add in is doing an incredibly offensive Middle Eastern accent. But that's neither here nor there at the moment. Well, Nina, the wife, has been feeling like shit. She thinks she's going through menopause because, she's in her late 40s. Well, surprise! She's pregnant too. And due like 2 weeks after Annie. So now Steve Martin had to go get the house back. And then they hired Frank, who was the party planner for the wedding, to not only plan the baby shower, but apparently he does house renos too. And had to build a whole new nursery suite, even though this house is like big as fuck. Between the house renovations for the wedding back in part 1 and the fucking new nursery suite, I really hope they redid the son's bedroom at some point. He's the only one who hasn't gotten a new bedroom yet. And the rest is mostly a bunch of pregnant lady things. Being hot, being hungry, being tired. I have no experience in this field. Hence the reason I probably have nothing profound to say. But anyways, then they go into labor on the same night. And Annie does okay. She has a little boy. His name is George. But Nina needs a whole C-section. But it goes really well. And they have a little girl, and they name it after the OB, and her name is Megan. Not to be confused with Mithrigan. And that's all you need to know. Now, did I like it? Yeah, it's nice. Like I said, it's a Nancy Meyers movie. I'm gonna be comfortable. It helps with my anxiety. So in terms of content, I have no questions, comments, or concerns. However, when was the last time you heard like a movie score that was so nice and light like this? Like, do you ever wonder if that's why most rom-coms don't stack up nowadays? Like, instead of a nice score, a couple of light songs, it's always let's push a bunch of synth music, the newest Dua Lipa. Like, we want to push as much pop culture into said rom-com as possible. I don't know, I'm just talking at this point, it's late. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, because I gotta take a whole star off for the whole Eugene Levy thing, but the rest of it was fine. So 9 out of 10. Okay, bye. Just serve me tomatoes. Please don't serve me tomatoes, because they're fucking gross.